Hello, ladies. We might as well start talking. Hello. Fernanda, please don't feel obliged to stay. It's okay. It's all good. Let's reduce a little bit of the background music there for just a teeny tiny bit and just want to make sure I've got everything lined up that I want to show you. Michelle, hi, welcome, it's good to have you. Ooh, it's so cold here in southern Spain. Brrr. While you are here, now that you are here, let me show you. Ooh, it's gross. I'm feeling so chilly at the moment. Hang on a second. Look what is going on. Can you see that? Oh, isn't that horrible? Oh, gosh. I don't like it. I don't like it. Everything but the purpuratas are inside. My Guadiantha guatemalensis is still outside, as is my Maxima. My CG Roebling. What a day. What a day. Sitting here now, I feel a real chill. It's horrible. Absolutely horrible. Oh, I better not forget Lucneri. Michelle, oh, okay. Yeah, well, okay. I like to see the snow from the inside. Oh, I can't even watch a movie with snow. It makes me get all cold. Just as a test, I'm not going to keep this background music up, but what does it sound like compared to my voice? Is it too loud? We are indeed, Fernando, warm growers, yes. And let me show you something else, just one moment, while we're at it. Can you hear me okay? Can everybody hear me okay? Would that background music be too obnoxious? Okay, thank you, Michelle, thank you. Look at this. What do you think? Oh, you guys. Oh, I can't. I just can't. Oh. I couldn't bring them inside today because I did want to film the process. And yeah, that's the deep south under a blanket. I hope that I don't lose anything out there, but I wanted to film bringing them in and I just didn't have the time today. So mañana is the day. Mañana is the day. Oh, brr. Oh, -4, Sandy. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Thank you for being here. This stream does have a lag. What I say reaches you in about 12 seconds, sometimes 15 seconds. So if you think I'm late responding or if I'm saying something and it's not coming through fast enough, my response, my reaction, if I'm going too fast, then please let me know in the chat, in the comments, in the chat, okay? There's about a 15-second lag. I've got YouTube running up next to me, but what I'm seeing on the stream, they don't quite match, okay? So we've got 1 more minute to go, just to be fair to all the rest. You had a little bit of a sneak preview. I might revisit this topic right now at a later stage. But tonight, what I wanted to do actually was, yes, we are going to, where are you? We are going to talk about the juveniles. It's been a while. It has been a while. This will also update me. I will be able to see what is still going on, if anything at all. And let's see who's still alive, who's around. I have not watched this video since I posted it. So the date is blocked because of me in my little box there. And that is March 2020, the first time this video aired. Anywho, it is now 10:30 at night, at least here where I'm at. Tomorrow I will be starting to stream my time 12:30 past midnight, hoping maybe to see if I can catch some Sunday morning coffee people in Australia. We'll have to wait and see. I just want to make sure that we are good to go. Ladies, it's just us. Thank you for being here. Let's not delay much further and let's listen to what the juveniles, let's see what the juveniles are all about and have some fun. Okie dokie. Let's play. Where do I play? Oh, listen to me, silly woman. I need to have sound. Okay. Now what is going wrong? Why isn't it playing? Ladies' night, that's right. Why is my video not playing? Oh. And we're off. Right, today
thought what I would do is pull out some of my juveniles.
Gosh, I forgot all about that. Oh, we didn't have any of that this summer. We had a misty, foggy day that day, and I can already see what's going on. Oh, yeah, I think Lady Power as well, or maybe the power is cut off. No, not yet. No rain so far has cut my power off. We're gonna have that happen though. Oh, not once in the summer did we have this. Oh.
Not seedlings anymore, but not necessarily non-bloomers.
Yes,
simply
juveniles are my near bloomers.
So I call them
I'm going to
juveniles.
reduce the volume. I remembered.
And, I thought I'd give you a little sneak
I hope
peek
that's
of
better.
What's going on in that side of my collection? What's going well? What mistakes I've made.
Do you see this right here? Can you see my mouse? One day I'm going to have to make the mouse bigger. You see the support right here? Look at it. I had high hopes for that orchid. I was hoping that one day it would grow to size. Anyway, moving forward, when we get to that orchid, I will tell you what's happening with it.
All right, let's dive in. Okay.
The spelling is correct. Yep, the spelling is good. But
I got from Schwerter.
And we have the distortion, for which I apologize.
On arrival.
I still don't sound too impressed.
The crown was very wobbly, but I chucked it straight into...
That is a technical term. Chuck, plonk, slosh. Very, very technical in the orchid hobby. There has to be some kind of a dictionary out there just for the likes of us. But, you know, you chuck something in there and put the media around it. It sounds all very rudimentary, but yeah, there's not really much rocket science to this one. But yes, I still have this orchid, and it has grown a fabulous new leaf. And we also repotted it this year into a bigger pot because the roots were trying to escape the pot, and I have no humidity in my climate, so I need those roots in the pot. She's still doing well, and she's inside.
This leca setup with the self-watering at the bottom.
And I will say it, I know I sound extremely lackluster, and it is so...
In the 2 years that I've had it, trying to get this root to grow down into the pot.
Which
turns out it still has other plans.
And it continued to have other plans because it had... This year it's in the pot and it's still alive.
Keep it moist at the end here, and eventually I'm going to take it out again. And then...
Yes, we didn't do that. No, that plan never manifested itself because I was too chicken to keep disturbing the orchid. That root grew on and on and on. And then it actually stopped growing. And then this year it started to regrow again. And well, it's in a pot now. It has never bloomed for me. Nope. Sandy, nope. Yeah, and those roots, they are as bad as the Dimorphorchis lowii roots. They really know where they want to go. They're not supposed to be in self-watering. I get the hint, but well, we'll see what happens with her. No, unfortunately not. I have seen this orchid have leaves that should be about 4 times the length of the leaves that I have for it to be blooming size, and she is so slow. So slow. I hope maybe with a bigger pot, more water next year, if she makes it through the winter, that I can push her a little bit more, because now she has double the roots that she's had since this video anyway.
Back down into the pot. The rock here, I've put to put the weight onto the...
That worked really well, by the way.
There's 1 or 2 roots that are in the pot, and I didn't want them to lift out.
That's right, and it worked.
But finally it just really
worked.
Well.
Y punto.
Considering they are very slow growers.
That leaf in the middle is now long. Ooh, ouch, my eyes. That leaf in the middle is now one of the oldest leaves, and I lost 2 in the meantime. So yeah, a leaf per year. That's okay. That's fine.
This one is now starting to extend.
And you know what is so cool about this orchid?
Is taking off.
I don't know if I'm gonna have a moment to stop the stream and show you that what I find so cool about this orchid is, you see the kink there at the end of the leaf? It is so cool. That's not mechanical damage. It gets more extreme the more mature that leaf goes. It's awesome. At the beginning I thought, where is it kinking? Did I bang it, bash it? Nope, that's how they do. It's cool. Oh, baby!
Okay, here is Cattleya moscom, the
Oh,
variegated
she's history.
version of it.
Boo! Yeah, she gone. She gone. She did not make it. She hated my winter and my spring, and I thought I could let her bloom. Terrible, terrible blooms. Cut the spike off sooner, of course, but I wanted to show it. I wanted to document it. By that time, the pseudobulbs had desiccated to such a degree, she did not even manage to grow roots on her newest growth of the season. It just started to harden and callus off at the base, and yeah, she gone.
And
she is but a distant memory. Well, not that distant, more recent, but yeah.
Variegation on two of the leaves.
I have a fantastic knack of doing a triple variegation on this orchid, so she was extremely special in my collection. Variegated orchids need a lot more light because they don't have the whole structure to photosynthesize. Their chlorophyll is much, much less. For that reason, they need more light, but more light is so easy to overdo when it comes to what I thought were stints of direct sun that were safe. So I found it very difficult to balance the good light that this orchid requires to bloom, but without, burning the variegation. So I managed my first year's growth to grow it clean. Then the subsequent growth, well, you see what's happened.
So that's
she cost me an arm and a leg, this one, because she was in a box of one orchid plus shipping from Italy.
This new growth, when it arrived, I thought, okay, you can't take that much sun. And I put it into a shadier spot, and then it grew this new growth.
And it was clean.
Which is nice and clean.
Yes. And then
I got overconfident.
As you do.
And then this new growth developed. And I did the same mistake again. Yeah, so now I have another new growth coming down here.
Yeah, and they're so pretty.
So definitely
those growths are so pretty when they come out with their pinky anthocyan. Sandy, I know. I am lamenting maybe 6 or 7 orchids this year. Ooh, I know. I have mad respect for you. I have mad respect for you for holding on, for holding on. Goodness me. But you know what? Better future, better times ahead. Isn't that exciting? Just one more winter, Sandy. Just one more winter, and you are gonna rock and roll. Oh, I'm so excited for you. Oh gosh. Oh, good to grow under lights with a light meter. Yeah, I have a light meter. That's true. Yeah, but no, I don't have lights. So until that doesn't change, we're not replacing these kinds of orchids.
No, thank goodness this is not an infection that is spreading. This is just sunburn.
And
a shame.
I moved my hand a bit too fast there.
Pictures. But before it blooms, I need to get its light.
If anybody has any doubts and is not familiar with my earlier videos, I was using a very cranky old MacBook, and I was trying to match the speed of my motion to avoid distortion. And of course, by the time you get to clipping and editing the software, come to editing the clip, you see that there's nothing I could do. It was so frustrating. So if you've never seen these videos and you see that, yeah, I didn't have any kit and caboodle at the time, and I thought, well, it's going to work. And I didn't realize that my 2010 MacBook Air, trusted little steed that it is, just couldn't cope. So yeah.
Light conditions right and not keep doing
it. Will, Sandy, it will, I promise you. Oh, what I'm seeing, it's a dream. It's a beautiful dream. Finally, Sandy. Oh, I've still got this one.
Cattleya araguayensis.
Yes, I still have her.
That I've got
she hates the cold, and I made a mistake.
Only.
She's still in that pot.
No roots.
The beauties of doing this in inorganic and lava rock. If you're unsure about an orchid, I am telling you. Hey, Andyland in the house. Welcome. This orchid does not like the cold. I made her go through cold damage, and you can see the curled leaves here, the little ones over there. Those were the first ones when she arrived with me, and I hadn't actually understood what was going on. So now I know that is her sign for cold damage, because the spring of 2022, when I was about to explode and finally I had some 16, 17-degree nights, I put my Alvarenguensis outside. She didn't even like that. So she's been indoors since mid-October, something like that. I do need a humidifier. I need a lot of things, Sandy, but first of all, I need to make sure I get lights back on at some point in time before I start anything that is, you know, at the moment, my collection is going to be survival of the fittest. You have to live and survive and cope with what I can provide. Lights is not one of them. I sit with a candle on at night. I do not switch my lights on anymore. I walk around with a flashlight of my phone just because the electricity is just exorbitant. By the way, if you're here by the end of this video, if you're still here, I got something from Roby Robinson in the email that I have ready to look at together with anybody that's here. That is a great reminder, Sandy, about electricity costs. So I've got that stashed away in my, you know, inline waiting bar. I am so prepared today. We're getting better at this, at least, well, except for why isn't my video starting?
On this one,
okay.
write home about or show off. I've got one little root tip growing.
She is there. Super well established. If her caretaker would just leave her out of the cold, that's my kind of orchid.
Gone downhill.
She and I, we get along. We understand each other.
Winter, it's a beautiful little Cattleya. It's a species from Brazil. And I call it a juvenile because this latest growth here, it's not full mature size. The mature growth would be like 20 centimeters, but it has like a single
She
bloom.
Still hasn't. I know, Sandy.
Like
it's so scary.
You know, the thin petals and sepals.
She still has not grown a 20 centimeter growth in my care. I've been extremely tentative with her.
Look to it, but it's supposed to be beautiful, very fragrant.
Yes, she's supposed to be very fragrant. She should look like a maybe a Brassavola fragillaris, but a little bit darker.
And I'm very happy to see that it's growing roots.
And in 2022, she is still growing roots.
Roots is one thing.
Yes.
I'm looking to see for new growth now. You know, you get greedy like that.
Yes, I'm still greedy like that. Nothing's changed. Nothing has changed. Ooh, did you see that smooth transition? Ooh, I got better. I got better. I think there's maybe a bit of progress here.
On eBay.
She is doing really well, except I burnt her.
Euros for it.
Oh.
Yes, it's still a juvenile. It's from France.
I singed this orchid. She was one of the orchids in my collection that had absolutely no blemishes to her leaves whatsoever. Lush green, gorgeous. And now she's got two big black spots on her. Oh well, but she is growing beautifully. We've had 2 repots with her since she's been in my collection. Now, they say that Dowiana is a finicky orchid, and up to now, I can't actually say that. She is loving the self-watering. Her root system is insane, but I'm probably going to eat my words when it comes to getting her to flower. I cannot interpret what people say about this orchid being finicky. I don't see it that way. Maybe the interpretation is she's difficult to flower. We shall see.
France, it's from Busca l'Orchidée. And
my new growth, actually, she's in a pot. This is a 15 centimeter pot. That's 5.9 inches. And she's now in an 18 centimeter pot that is 7 inches. So she has gone up a pot size. She's been repotted twice and her growths are double what you see here. So the perspective is a little bit off. I hope I understand what you're saying correctly, Sandy.
I was very impressed with the quality of this plant.
Ooh, yikes! Oh, ooh, that hurt my head.
Fast,
even
very quickly last year.
Anybody who watched videos like these, thank you so much. Fernanda, I'm talking to you. Thank you.
Proved itself already by by September,
By the
October last year.
okay.
I mean, it just dived in. The new roots just dived in.
Yeah, and still
then
do.
It grew these two new growths.
She's vigorous.
That are
still
okay considering they were during the period of establishment. Then it took a
back
winter rest.
Back in those days, in the winter of 20, in the winter spring season of 2021, no, look, this collection came about in 2017 through 2018. I was using lights and, well, my fantastic chandelier heater of candles just to take the edge off the bite of the cold in the air. But I was using lights up until the winter of 2021, just to make that clear as to why some orchids now are slowing down as opposed to the continuous growers during the time I was using artificial lights. They kept growing. They're doing fantastic.
And now it's coming out of a winter rest. When I say winter rest, I don't keep them dry. I let it go, the reservoir empty, but because of the humidity inside the leca, if the reservoir is empty or not, there's still humidity, and then I filled it up a little bit.
Still correct
my winter
today.
rest consists of no fertilizer, just seaweed and RO water.
Okay, if this woman doesn't add what I say now, I'm just going to put it here before I forget. I still do what she says in there, but if the orchid is in active growth, I do provide a little bit of fertilizer, even now without lights, but very, very minimal compared to what I would normally do, because I don't want to grow long, lanky, weak growths where the orchid is reaching for light that it doesn't have. That weakens the orchid. So I hope I'm gonna add that or don't. I don't know. We shall see.
So now that it's coming out, it is growing a new root there, I can see. I shall be putting in some fertilizer the next
Yes. We are consistent. We are consistent. La 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 la. Very good. Sandy, your orchids have been through some serious shock. If we're talking about the orchids that you'd mentioned to me, it's been a major setback for them. They can't rebound that fast. It's like somebody has gone in and, taken off some kind of, I don't want to be crass, but, they will come around. Oh boy, will they come around when they see what you've got in store for them. Trust and believe. Just watch. It's going to be an amazing year for you next year. I'm got goosebumps, and they're not because of the cold, they're because I'm so excited for you. No, ma'am, I don't. I don't have heat inside my home. I look like the Michelin man, and yeah, if it gets a little too touch and go in the grow space, I have a massive centerpiece that used to go on my dining table display, big candle thing, 4 of them, and I put the candles on just to take the edge off, and I blow them out before I go to bed. That's what I do here.
So Cattleya dowiana. Let's see if we can get a stonking growth, and maybe next year we can report some blooms.
Nope, that didn't manifest itself. No blooms from Dowiana in 2021. Not in 2022 either.
So the looking little thing here is Epidendrum embryi cross.
We got this one to bloom in 2021. Cute little blooms. I was a little bit meh about them. Cute little blooms.
With Capricornum. I like the blooms very much, but the reason I bought this at the time from Schwerter, yes, my not so favorite.
Come on, get on with
is
it.
Because it's got Capricorn, the name Capricorn in it, and I am a Capricorn.
Let's go,
so
Capricorns.
I had the species Capricorn, but it passed away.
Capricorn.
I got that from Italy.
Not that I believe in any of that stuff, but every once in a while, if somebody says this, that, and the other, I'm like, whoop, I'm a Capricorn. I will use it to my advantage. Yeah, this orchid was quite a tough one. I keep losing the growth, like the crown of it. And they need so much water. For a tiny little thing like this, it's a drinker. And if I can't keep up, I lose the growing point straight away. Woohoo, Fernanda, high five. No, Andy, our time is coming. our time. We are the Capricorns, my friend.
And it didn't do very well.
Awesome.
So
Fantastic.
that was a year and a half ago. So then I replaced it with this one with, well, it's got Capricorn in it. And it's not doing much, but I'm glad that this growth
And that growth bloomed.
is now looking to extend.
But another silly thing about this orchid is, first of all,
there.
it's like a miniature. Okay, so you see my support there. It's totally ridiculous and unnecessary. No. Okay, stop. Hold the horses. Hold the horses. The chat room is full of Capricorns. I can't believe it. That is fantastic. Oh, you guys. These are my people. These are my people. I need to get my little Mexican maracas out. That is awesome. Man, fantastic. Who'd, I mean, what are the chances? Come on. That's, oh, wow.
We'll see.
Andy, if you want to come up or something, or if anybody wants to come up, stop me. This video is only there for entertainment. Sheila in the house. Sheila in the house. Hey, Sheila. Welcome. Libra. My fiance was a Libra. If we go by those kinds of things, I know certain things. Welcome, Sheila. It's good to have you. So good to have you. So back to, I can stop what I'm doing if somebody wants to come up and show me something, talk to us or whatever. You don't have to show me anything. You can just come up, get a feel for the room, the Zimmer, so to speak, because I'm always talking to you. At least now I'm getting one-on-one feedback. Please, if you're going to put your birthday in, not the year, just the numbers, please. Privacy and is key for me in my here, okay? Do not put your full birthday in, okay? So if you want to do that, please go ahead. Just don't put your year, because this is a public platform and that is something that is, you know, kind of useful for some people that I don't find to be too cool, putting it mildly. Yeah, back to, if you want to come up, I will put a link into the description, into the chat, and you can click that link and you can join me up here. Make sure first your camera is off. One day, if we ever, okay, we've got ourselves Andy. Let me stop sharing for a moment. Okay, if whatever I do in future, somebody wants to stop me, this is what happens here. Here's a link that, oh no, this is crazy. 2 Capricorns in here with the same date. Amazing. So, Andy, you can click on that link. If you feel like you don't want the camera on for the time being, just come on up, turn your camera off. You will see that little icon. And if you're watching YouTube on a separate device, then put the volume down, mute that device so that the YouTube won't echo when you come up, because it is terrible sound-wise. So I'm going to have a 15 seconds of dead air because of the lag.
Oh, hello.
Look who's in the house. Look who's in the house. Hey. Okay, you're gonna. It's good to see you too. This is Andy's backyard. Oh my goodness, look at us. How cool. That is your vanbrella. This is a patented van.
Yeah.
Move very slowly so that the image can follow you until the camera understands what it should be doing. Explain this. Explain this, Andy. What are we looking at?
So it is an old umbrella, like patio tables. This one's in one. But we had to throw it out because the tables and chairs rest save the umbrella so that I could hang my, and it worked out pretty well. For the most part, it gives the van blocking, it blocks the day, and it allows but some of them are starting to lean. It's been a fun setup. It's easy, but you can't have too many.
You got a staghorn fern there. Is that it?
Yeah.
That is amazing. I used to have one that was enormous.
Yeah, then here's my roots. I think that's what it's called.
Sandy's in the
nice
house. Sandy's in the house. Oh gosh, I have got Vanda Envy. Hey Sandy. Welcome. Hi. Hey. Oh, it's good to have you. Look at this Vanda. When you see my pathetic Vandas. Oh my word. So
that's what was nice.
how many
didn't acclimating to the environment.
Doing it. And this vanbrella withstood Ian, right?
Yeah. So whenever the storms come, we just take off, and then the wind just can stake down on the body of the umbrella. It stayed through it. They're pretty nerve-wracking, but they made it. And this is a funny. The flower spike in Ian, and then having tropical storm Nicole. So it was kind of ironic. And then, do any of you guys know anything about the stylist would lean so much?
Uh-oh. Ina, are you still there?
I was talking with my mic off because the dog started barking.
Oh.
Hi, Sandy. I'm sorry. Andy,
That's okay.
if he could, if I was just saying with the mic off, if you could still hear me, that happens when you get a little bit too far away from the router and the Wi-Fi, the connection can get lost, okay? I didn't kick you off panel. So if you want to come back up, let me know or grab the link again, okay? How are you, Sandy?
I'm doing just fine.
I am so
Staying
happy.
It's good.
Are you staying nice and warm?
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to ask
Pretty much
anything
have
personal,
to.
but yeah, I know. I don't want to ask anything personal, but I hope everything's
Oh, no.
okay.
You betcha.
Good, good. I'm glad. Tell me about your small growths. Are those on the orchids that you have because of the stress that they had to endure?
I have no idea, but it's just like they started growing and then it's like they stalled and stopped.
Was that like throughout the spring?
Yeah.
Okay, and then all the way into the summer as well?
Yeah.
Okay,
And anything that did didn't have enough growth on it, just basically died. And I had
yeah.
given them fertilizer and oh, it was just driving me crazy.
Yeah, it's very upsetting.
I just
Yeah, I understand. I can totally, the fact that you are still, after what you've been through, wow, like I said, mad respect. But listen, if I have anything, I remember you telling me that you had weeks on end of rain and overcast weather, and that was during the growing season.
yeah.
Do you think maybe, do you have lights to support? Was that still happening even if you had lights on?
No, I had lights on.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't understand it because they're undergrow lights basically all the time.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. If your little babies can just hold on just for this winter, then they're in for one heck of a
Yeah.
treat come spring. And I know that also means you. Can you, just hold on? You're so close, so close,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Wow,
As much
it's
as I
gonna be a
hate
mess.
winter.
Yeah, tell me about it. And I know I have to be a little bit more sensitive towards people that are in more of, let's say, crass, harsher conditions, because I moan about 50 degrees and it's going to get, down to 41 here. But, and then I see what's going on elsewhere and I feel like I need to zip it,
Yeah.
Oh, goodness me. So have you
So
got a
what?
moving date? For anybody listening and isn't aware, can I say, or do you want to say it? No, Sandy, you
You
say
go
it.
ahead.
You say it. No, go ahead. It's your story to tell. Go on, go on.
Well, what was it? It was last February, I believe.
Yes.
Anyway, a year ago, I lost all just 99% of my orchids and all my houseplants. And um, we we were in the midst of getting ready to move from our home to our now what is our home, our lake lot, and we were at our other house. Came home to where I am right now, and our furnace went out,
Yeah.
and it was like looking into a freezer in my
Yeah.
house. And I surprised that anything survived, but anything that did survive uh, is not doing very well. And so then I said, okay, fine. I went and bought a whole bunch of orchids, and I don't know. It's just as if something was saying, buy no more right now, because I got them in the spring and some of them didn't survive. And I don't know why. Like, very, uh, the biggest thing with any big box store orchids around here is you've gotta get them from Equigenitor, or like a big company,
Yeah.
and most of them are little orchids, seedlings, I guess. And me
Yeah.
and seedlings can't, just don't survive. But
So
I'm still plugging away.
yeah. Yeah, and you're so, so close. So what is happening for you in your backyard? You want to tell us that?
Uh, oh, you're talking about the thing that I put up, my
Yeah, that
greenhouse.
thing. Yes.
Uh,
That thing.
well, I've been wanting a greenhouse for many years, and finally, when we sold our house, part of my money, because we split the money in half between me and hubby, and my part of my money went towards buying myself a greenhouse. And so I bought a 10 by 32-foot greenhouse.
Listen to
And if
these
anybody knows what
dimensions. Oh,
planta greenhouse is,
you can type it in chat if you want.
yeah.
If you want to type the name in chat. You guys, the size of this greenhouse, you can put 2 horses in it. And they would be living the
They'd be
luxury of a life. Yes. Oh,
yeah.
it's amazing. It was such a beautiful backdrop as well. I mean, the trees have lost their foliage now, but the
Oh yeah.
backdrop is full of like you got a forest in the back that will maybe one day provide some shade. I don't know how the orientation is, but oh my word, when I saw that, I was like, Sandy, you so deserve this. You so deserve this, and you're so close. Gosh, even the summer didn't work in your favor with that terrible weather. You couldn't really get started. Oh gosh. And we've lost Sandy. Okay. All right. This happens if there's an overload on the router at the recipient's end. I don't want to be cutting anybody off. There is no like time limit for anybody to be up here, but there's the link again. If you want to come back up, Sandy. I didn't want you to be interrupted. I don't know. Maybe Sandy was on her phone. She got a phone call, and that'll cut the connection off as well. So for anybody listening who's thinking or would like to come up, if you're on your phone, I don't take offense if you just jump off. Things happen with this, high-tech stuff. There's a lot of interferences as well. And if you get a phone call, that'll cut you off. But the link is back in the chat if you want to hop back on. But yeah, Sandy has been through a lot, and I cannot tell you how I admire this lady, and I take a lot of strength from what she's been through, and then just look at my collection and say, whoever makes it will make it, and then hopefully the majority of them will, because it's not my intention to lose orchids simply because of, circumstances. Hapana. But anyway, Michelle, I dream of a greenhouse as well. She is, Fernanda. She really, really is. And that greenhouse. And you know what? On top of everything she's been through a year ago, or more than a year ago, when her greenhouse was finally there, ready to build and install, it was like 6 to 8 weeks of continuous rain. She couldn't do anything to get the foundation ready throughout the summer, the drier season. Oi, oi, oi. Anna Reiter, grüß dich. This is so cool. Anna from Bavaria. Die Omi war, ja, die Omi, gell? Ja. Anna is from Austria, and I am so happy to see you. I hope it's okay for me to say your name. Another convention. Yes, it's a Capricorn convention. I may need to put a disclaimer into the description to say this was not just for Capricorns or Libras, etc. Well, well, well. Herzlich willkommen, Anna. Sandy, if you want to come back up, I put the link back up into the chat because maybe you jumped off to be able to type into the chat. I'm sorry. But you're welcome to grab the link again and come on up and continue. I thought you had gone. I don't want to jump the gun and finish the story for you. Oh dear. Anyway, in the meantime, shall we continue then with Embrae and Capricorno? De mientras, in the meantime, Sandy, please feel free to hop on, okay? I'll stop whatever I'm doing and then we're going to continue the conversation. It's awesome. There she is, I think. There she is. There she is. All right. You're back. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Sandy, do you want me to? Are you okay?
Yes, please. Yeah, you go ahead.
Okay, I'll continue. You okay?
Yep.
Yep.
I just keep our Wi-Fi out here is not that great, so if I keep losing you, that's why.
Okay, well, you just keep hitting that link again and again. Just keep on coming up. And the same goes to you, Andy Land. If you're still out there in the ether, please make sure that you come back to terra firma somewhere, somehow. Okay, so let's go on with this little thing here. Okay. It's not dead, and it still isn't dead.
No. That's good.
Yeah, it's a tough little one. I thought it would be much easier. These reed stem epidendrums should be so much easier, but this one isn't. Now, oh gosh. Oh, I'm glad I mentioned that. This is a cookie, man. Yeah. Let me tell you, I'm not going to elaborate on Schwerter. I think everybody kind of, well, most of the people know that name gives me hives. But yeah, this is, it's growing much better for me now. It is still losing too many leaves too fast. It had a little touch of spider mite this year, so that didn't help either, but I still got the growing tip and it is now growing. Yes, well, I cut that stake off thinking that maybe I misunderstood how tall this orchid should get. So I cut the stake by half and that growth is now growing. I cannot believe it. I wasn't sharing the screen. People, I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Michelle is an Aquarius. Okay. There we are.
There you go.
Oh gosh, I am so sorry, guys. Okay. I hope that we're seeing this. All right. So yes, anyway, at least the Schwerter thing, you didn't need to see the dismal thing. Anywho, so the spider mites didn't help, but now that I've cut the support in half, because, now that growth that I'm growing for this year is taller than the support. So we've got work to do in 2023. And I'm sorry for that mistake there with not sharing the screen.
It's just tell me you don't have the plant. Don't send this.
Yeah, that is terrible.
And this growth, when I got it, was as big as that one?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. So
yeah,
I
I'm
thought
still
I'm going
speechless
to
about
put
Schwerter.
it in a situation where it grows up
So
looking
now,
up and up and up and
whoa.
knows.
So now, when I stop the screen, here, this is where I cut the support to, or round about
What is
here.
expected of it.
And
So we keep
the
our
growth of
fingers
this year is
crossed.
taller than that,
This one
but
will get
the
the hint.
leaves, they're a bit dodgy. Still
And
have
here
her.
is Cattleya clandii.
Two mini,
This is a
teeny,
test.
tiny
I would like to
leaves.
see it do well in leca.
Ooh, I don't know
have
if she's
one
gonna make
root.
it. But I have 2 roots going in the pot. I have 2 tiny leaves, and she is now in semi-hydro with only lava rock, like a Rapiculus laelia. Oh boy.
That went down into the leca.
I
It
don't
is
think
not
I'm gonna
established
be
in the
able
pot,
to
so
make
I'm
her
not doing my tug
live.
test. I spray it every morning, except, depending on the conditions outside. But now, come the summer, it's getting a little bit more into its own with regards to temperatures.
Never
I spray it
happened.
every morning with
Never happened.
RO and seaweed, and I hope to encourage either more root growth or let this one down there.
The
get
leaves I
really
have
into
now
the pot,
are smaller
or a new growth. We've got options.
than the leaf down here.
The question is,
That
which
leaf.
one is going to manifest itself?
It's smaller.
Okay, Cattleya.
I don't have much left of this orchid. Still got her.
Okay, this is
And I'm
Cattleya.
sorry you can hear the dogs barking in the background.
Orchideen.
Still have
It
her.
Oh,
was a
I
mistake. That's how I acquired
had
my
her
Phalaenopsis
and I
schilleriana.
don't anymore.
You don't have Schilleriana anymore.
No.
I find this orchid to be a scale magnet, at least for me. I've got the scale under control. I don't see it for a long time. And if anybody is a garlic alcohol consumer, that's this one. Very, very prone to scale. But she at least grew 3 new growths for me this year.
I wish.
I wish for you too. I wish big things for you, Sandy. I do. Definitely.
I actually had no intention of buying a Phal Schilleriana, so
Yes.
but I wanted this one, and they sent me the Phal instead.
That was the
And
mistake.
after-
Großrechner, I never was going to buy a Phalaenopsis schilleriana. My order was Cattleya schilleriana, and I got the Phal instead. I mean, I'm glad. I like mistakes like those, but yeah. And then they promptly sent me this one. Just let me see what Michelle was saying. Yay! That's fantastic. Party. Woohoo! Yeah, Fernanda. And then there's Lynn Brooks in Australia. They are awesome Cymbidium growers. Absolutely. Gosh, look at that porch on Fernanda's, all that row. It's Cymbidium alley. Definitely.
After many apologies, this, that, and the other, they sent me my Cattleya.
The Großrechner Orchideen, for
you
me,
can get these two confused.
I know that
not really.
there are very multiple opinions about them as well. We all have our bad and good experiences. I can only speak very highly of
3
them.
new growths. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you see how small those growths are?
And
When
like
we're
an
speaking
idiot.
of small growths, Sandy,
Uh-huh.
you see how the growths are on
I
the...
pulled a new
Whoa.
growth.
This is what the orchid came with, yeah? And then I'm getting small growths because of acclimating and all that business with this orchid. I have not yet managed to grow the size that she came with. So, and that's been now almost 4 years. I have not
Wow.
achieved that yet. So there's still a little bit of tweaking to do with this one. She's not one of those species bifoliates where you say, yeah, this one's easy. You know, bifoliate and a species, it's like, that's double diva right there.
Okay.
Off the back here somewhere.
She's pretty
But it
though.
recovered and gave me another one.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought it looked
Well,
like
that's
fruit
why I
like
bought
this,
her.
didn't
And,
realize it was a
and
new
then she
growth,
doesn't
and
even
I
last
took it
a
off
year.
Yeah, oh sweetie. Yes.
because I didn't want it to rot. Duh. And then I saw the green underneath. I'm like, oh.
I'll try
Oh
again,
my-
Mother.
Oh, yes, you will. And you know what I did with this one? Ah, such a real dum-dum rookie error here. I thought that there was a rotting something at the base and it was actually a new growth and I pulled it off. And
Oh
when
my
I
goodness.
realized I had it in my hand and there was green underneath all the brown because of all the way this orchid grows, everything looks brown at the base. I just thought, live and learn the hard way, won't you? Why don't you? It's like, yeah, never tugged at anything else again.
But it forgave me and it promptly sent out another one. It is established in its pot. Very happy about that, because now we can get a move on and get some sizable growths back, like this one or this one.
Never happened.
Right, so that's Cattleya.
Never happened. We're still waiting.
And here is the Laelia Pacavia I was
She
mentioning
bloomed for
when I put
me.
my seedlings under the...
She bloomed for me the first time last year. So that was 2020 and 2021 she bloomed. And oh boy, is she gorgeous.
Microscope type film when I introduced them to you, my babies. This was the same plant in the same pot.
And the other one
fell apart. So this is the more mature version. And it's
the other one is with Fernanda
its life
over in Portugal.
And I have this year this stunning new growth right here. Nice big. It's going to be
all of that is fine. The only difference now, mine is a little bit, let's say, in a sorry state. She looks terrible because of some scale and also some too high light issues since she bloomed. So note to self for 2023, she needs to go into the blooming alley. I can't have her on the east side. But boy, she's got 2 new growths growing, and if I'm not mistaken, there's a sheath in one of them. Amazing.
It's previous growth, so we're getting there size-wise. And here's another one. So Pacavia is doing really, really well.
Yes, and she's still doing well. She just doesn't look the part anymore.
So I'm excited to see what this one will bring me in the next year. I don't think this is anything close to blooming just yet. But there's always next year because it is doing well.
And there was next year. Mais oui. Oh boy.
Okay, and here is Sleepyhead.
Oh boy.
Cattleya Rex. Because
I'd like to get a hold of one of them.
Ooh, yes. Now with your new establishment coming, I definitely, why not? Absolutely. I'm still fighting. Go ahead.
To find one.
You can't get anything from the US?
No.
Okay.
Equigenera, and that's about it. And I won't use them ever again.
Yeah.
That's kind of like your Schwarzer.
Yes. Yes, it certainly sounds like it, Sandy. It certainly sounds like it. This one is, well, you can see the tag. It's still the original tag, came from Schwerte as well, and has always been an issue with scale, always. And until I couldn't get a grip of it in 2021, it declined very quickly. In this pot are 2 pieces. One's already history, and the other one I still have, but it's only got 2 leaves. And it wants to keep on giving more scale. And I'm about to toss it. I'm going to keep it, but if it starts to look like it's affecting other orchids around it, because, tight squeeze here, it's going to go. For the time being, it's still with me, but 2 leaves and...
I'm teasing it with some RO water and some seaweed.
Your garlic spray doesn't help it?
Time to grow.
It does, but I have to be like every 2 weeks, as opposed to every 6 to 8 weeks with the others.
Sent out roots.
Okay.
This one, I don't know. It's like a scale breeder.
And yeah, now
it's like the scale comes from within this orchid and comes out. It's just terrible. I cannot explain this orchid. Anyway, it grew 2 new roots during the season, so okay, fine. Let's see what you do during the winter. I'm not babying it beyond keeping it scale free. If it doesn't make it, that will just add another one of the list from Schwerte that's gone.
I really would like it to wake up.
It's been a nightmare, Fernando. Totally.
Tis the season. but he's fast asleep. So he's new.
So
he came from Schwerter, or she.
if I analyze what I did wrong with this one, I couldn't be able to tell you. I would not be able to know where to begin with my analysis of this orchid and my mistakes. I would need to have a healthy seedling of the same size. And I'm not even saying I want juvenile or near blooming size. I would need exactly the same conditions and do exactly the same thing again. But I would need to know that the orchid is healthy before I can even compare if it's because of the setup. I am always loath to say that the setup is a problem because maybe I'm biased, but I've had so much success with other orchids that have supposedly more finicky. But you know what I mean? When people say, so why did you lose your orchid? If I have a real comparison, I'll flat out say it was this, this, this. With this one, I don't know. I don't know. I can't say, unfortunately. Aphids. Tropical tree cleaning. Oh,
that's my big problem.
That you don't know what went wrong? You know what went wrong, Sandy, and it's not your fault. You've done everything you possibly could. Everything. Michelle, are you okay? Are you still wearing your mask? Did you have a shower? Oh dear. Imagine spraying the tropical tree area for an aphid outbreak. Oh boy. Wow. Oof.
I don't know how.
Good for you, lady. Good for you. I hope it works.
The Regina being queen. But, Schwerter, yeah, so, I don't know.
I also like my shiny new rack there. It's all rusty now and used.
But whatever it is, it's gotta wake up now.
Yeah, it's not gonna wake up. It's not gonna. Oh, baby!
And this little cutie,
oh, baby!
Maitsuru.
This one.
I love this little guy.
Yes, and I still love it.
I'm saying
and
this is a juvenile because
superbly.
it's a miniature. It could be blooming size.
It has never bloomed for me.
It hasn't bloomed for me.
Yes.
So
we repeat ourselves.
In the juvenile category. If it's offended, well, all you have to do is prove to me
it's growing really well.
Mature.
It's
category. So I'm considering this blooming size. I love it, even though it's not blooming. Look what happens. It's amazing.
I am tempted to leave this orchid outside during the winter because Speciosum can tolerate some seriously colder temperatures than I've always babied it and brought it inside. I am so tempted to leave it outside. So I've moved it today to my blooming alley. And during the shuffle, I knocked it over. I can't believe it. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. The orchid is fine. Nothing broke off, but leca went everywhere. The orchid is so well rooted in, it didn't even move out of the pot. Whew, I can tell you, my heart was in my throat today. Yeah, you got a haircut. Oh, wait, everybody got a haircut in that jungle? Wow, you've been busy, Michelle. I bet you feel good, though. I bet that feels good.
When I got it, I had it like these leaves, and I was like, oh yeah, thank you very, very much.
I love this orchid so much. And in a recent video of mine,
the variegation.
I even said, you know, who goes and buys the orchid for their leaves? And I totally forgot my Matsuru. I bought that orchid specifically for the leaves.
And then put out a little one.
Oh, and the growths are so cute when they come as well.
This is just matured.
I'm losing the variegation though, and I think it's because it's going to start a second new growth now. Sorry, what were you going to say, Sandy?
I wasn't going to say nothing.
Oh, okay.
I just can't. I can't hear anybody else other than you.
Yeah, that's because it's just you and me here, and you should be able to follow the chat somewhere. Can you see the chat somewhere? Okay. No, it's just you and me up here. And I'm trying to pay attention to what's going on in the chat so that I don't want all inclusive. That's what these live streams are about. I don't want anybody to feel left out. So when I'm talking, let's say to Michelle Carini, then it's more like what she's just mentioned. But it's you and me, girl, right up here in our little boxes.
Let's mature even further.
Okay.
Right on.
They they're losing their variegation because this was white with
Mhm.
green edging.
And it's doing it
And now it's
again.
going green.
I mean, I've been looking
This
for
is
a new
the
growth.
cutest little plant. I love it.
Yeah.
The growth when they
And
come out,
she's,
I'll put a picture up.
yeah, look
They're
at that.
pink. At first, I thought I was giving it too
And
much
she's
light,
in
but
a
that
bigger
is
pot
not
now.
the case.
She's in
It's
a
the way they grow, and it is just
square
the
pot
cutest thing
she
ever.
got out of that
So I'll put a
rubbish
picture up,
Tupperware
and,
thing.
yeah, this is Dendrobium speciosum Maitsuru.
She cost me quite
Love
a
it.
bit of money. I think I paid 35.
Okay, this
No,
is a
65.
graduation
She was my
for
most expensive
Cattleya
orchid.
lobata cerulean.
Doing amazing. I am not going to say that the coming growth that is growing right now is going to bloom, but oh boy, does anyone have it the same way when you have a seedling, a juvenile, whatever, and then you see a growth coming out and you're going, oh, you're different. Oh, you're different. You're bigger. Does anybody have that as well? That you notice like there's something different about that growth, and that's what's happening with this lobata. Super happy about it. Super happy.
Last year, I considered it a seedling. The year before that, it was a seedling. And then it developed this growth in the winter, which
Yes, Fernanda.
is substantially bigger. So
Yeah,
now
okay,
I'm
you can
considering it juvenile,
you know what I'm saying.
because
Okay.
this year's growth, I hope, will.
We also had a bit of scale on her.
Sorry about that camera
But
movement there.
nothing
So
that
will
can't
increase its
be
size
dealt
on the
with.
next growth. I hope.
Nothing
Cattleya
substantial. This
cerulean,
orchid is amazing.
Lobata cerulean is doing
Oh,
really
the
well.
growth that's coming
And
now.
it took to Leca straight away as well.
Straight
No
away.
transition issues.
Nothing. I did nothing with this orchid except clean the root
All
system,
right, we are
put it in,
having quite the fanfare.
putting it into leca and the rest of it. And here comes Baloo's first
All around
introduction. This
Everything
is
kicking
not
off
live,
now.
that's
It's
from the
Sunday, it should
video.
be super quiet, but I guess people need to go out and walk their
So
dogs
no
after
changes
a
there
long
then.
weekend.
You can hear the
So I
zoo
hope
in the
it's not too
background,
distracting.
sorry.
I'm really sorry. A little bit
Sorry.
of our background entertainment.
Yes, indeed.
Unwanted, but there it is. So we're staring at
Oh, baby.
Diocatlia,
That's my little man.
Paulocatlia, Caucocatlia.
Diacatlia
But
Diacatlia
this
now.
is the Chantilly Lace Twinkle.
Yes,
a
and
famous
she's doing
hybrid.
better.
Mine has yet.
She is doing better. First time. Also from Schwerter. Those tags, I never changed them. She is doing better. I have a beautiful growth, and I thought I saw some buds in there, but she's not that strong. I think that little stubby thing that was trying to grow out, we call a spike. I called it little stubby thing because there was really not much there. It went black. But oh boy, that growth is giving me hope and promise. And the roots that are coming out of it now. What a difference. 4 years later. Gosh.
Yet to
Oh.
show why it's so famous, but
I even I've
been
even
in
bought a
juvenile status
replacement
now
from
for
Portugal
2.5
back in the day,
years.
maybe a year
So
ago,
the
but
first growth
that
I tried to grow
replacement
with me here
was a dud.
They failed.
But they were so
So
kind. The
it
people
turned
in Portugal
out.
sent
Then
me a
it moved
refund.
on to
That was amazing.
this. Yeah, that's right. This growth. And guess who I got this from? Schwerter.
Hmm.
So what I got was a stupid little back bulb. Sorry, plant, not your fault. With a new growth. And I'm like, really? Seriously, for that price?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Then it grew this one to counteract the loss of that one. Then this one was last summer's growth. This one is now starting.
Now I'm seeing
I'm
though,
concerned because it's a little bit brown at the base.
yeah, this
See
orchid
how
has
it's a little bit
issues.
brown there,
Hmm.
but it's firm. So I'm hoping it's just the bract.
You see, when a Cattleya does that, when you see it hardening and thickening like that at the base prematurely, that's what happened also with my Cattleya Moscom. When that happens, you can forget it. In my opinion, my experience, what I've noticed in my collection, that is wrong. That growth is going to go, and that growth actually did go. For some reason, that bract starts to harden around it, and there is no way that even the energy of the orchid can push that growth out and through. It just stops and stalls, and that's it. And that bract is then so hard that even if the growth was a little bit more mature, it just can't, the roots can't penetrate through. A weak orchid, for whatever reason, grows a new growth, does this party trick, and then loses that growth, and the orchid is even more weakened by the fact that it now has to grow another new growth. It's insane. It really annoys me. And it scares me too, because I've got Rapiculus laelia doing exactly the same thing now. And I'm like, no, you can't be doing this, because there's no more energy left in the rest of the structures. And this orchid did this 3 times before. Now I've got a fantastic growth. I'm not saying it's big, but I've got white velamen on my roots, not this murky, nasty stuff, which is always, you know, the symptom of the F-bomb. So yeah, I'm feeling a bit more positive about Chantilly lace.
My nemesis.
Yes, still.
Okay, well that wraps it up.
How come
Nobody
Chantilly
likes
lace is
Juveniles, I have a
so
few
hard to
more.
find?
Pardon?
I say, how come it's so hard to find?
How come this is Chantilly lace is so hard to find?
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, just like with Francis Fox, they are all infected. Okay, all is not a good word. Let's just say 70% of them are infected, just like with whatever Francis Fox. There is a rumor, which I cannot prove, but there is a rumor that 70% of the Francis Foxes out there, even though they live with the Fusarium because they are strong orchids, they have Fusarium. And Chantilly lace falls into that category as far as I'm concerned. That's why so many die. And that's why they're harder to come by. I honestly was thinking of replacing this one, and I couldn't actually see it. And I went to, not to Schwerter, but I just typed in the orchid and for sale Europe, and I couldn't find it. That was back in 2020, I think. I don't know, because I was sick of this. I was so sick of what should be a great orchid. And another thing is, forgive me, whoever it is that reminded me that Chantilly lace needs a lot of calcium. It's like the Iwanagara apple blossom. Michael, Don Miguel, hola jefe, in the house. Here, Michael, can you read the chat, Sandy? Because if not, I'll read it out for you.
Yeah. I just gotta go right down to the bottom of it.
No, I'll read it for you if you want.
Yeah.
Michael says, Chantilly lace is hard to find in the US because it was only produced by one farm in Hawaii, and they went out of business in 2016. Boom.
Okay.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
Because here in Europe, I'm glad I'm hearing this, because that gives me hope for mine. Meanwhile, mine came in a box with an orchid that has confirmed Fusarium, blah, blah, blah. But that gives me hope, because I was always side-eyeing this orchid. I was like, yeah, no, this one's got problems. But not this year. She came through. For now. Of course, she's a super highlight orchid, and now we don't have that anymore. But yeah. I've got her. I'll show you guys in a video where I've got them so far. Good to have you, Michael. Thank you so much for dropping in. I really appreciate that. Don't want to stress anybody, you know. These lives, if they take off and if people like it and we get more interaction on the panel and more jibber jabber, they can go on for 3 or 4 hours. So it's like a bus stop. Come on in. Gotta move on. Come back in. You know, you buy your ticket and you just do the tour. Hop on, hop off, hop on, hop off. You know, like that. And then I'll be muting the mic every once in a while just to get some ice water, because I have not spoken like this in the last 3 years. Did you do? Oh, yum. I hope the dinner was good. You know, Michael, as long as my voice holds up and people are interested and there's topics to talk about, questions coming in, people wanting to join the panel, I'm here. Absolutely, I'm here. It's so refreshing for me to be able to talk one-on-one with people that I see in comments, and, you know, give give everybody a voice and not just the people doing videos. Sorry if you heard that. I just bumped my mic. But I love it. And Sandy's been up here keeping me company. We've had a Capricorn convention.
Yep.
It's been a busy evening. And we've seen Andy's fantastic umbrella. Unfortunately, he dropped off, and he had a vanda that was in gorgeous bloom. So there was sunset. The sun was setting over there yonder. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Yes. I mentioned that in my video tomorrow. I'm going to do a video about our live streams because, you know, maybe people don't have their notifications on. But because YouTube has changed some things around in the layout of the home page, when it looks like I haven't posted a video, well, in actual fact, there is a video. It's just a live, and then you can hop, skip, and jump, you know. But yeah, that's the video for tomorrow. I managed to actually film and edit a video. Can you believe it? It's been 48 hours of mayhem. Can I show you something, Michael? This video was done. This lady on the video was already saying her goodbyes. And when we don't need to listen to 36 minutes of her saying her goodbyes and umming and ahhing. I don't think so. Let me just show you. For everybody that wasn't here right at the beginning, because yeah, in all fairness, I did start maybe 5 minutes early. I thought it'd be the polite thing to do. Oh, wait, it's okay. Let me go back up. Let me show you something else. Look at this. Look at this, Michael. Michelle, I don't know if you were here right at the beginning. Ah, le sigh. The big sigh. And now I don't understand that comment. I'm sorry, Michael. I don't understand that comment. And now I don't know if you want. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, but wait. Hang on a second. All stuffed in. Let me show you. You think? Look at this. Can you see it? I know we have a 15-second lag. I didn't make it. Oh, okay. All right, I hear you. We have a 15-second lag, so I'm sorry if it feels a little bit off to you, but my angrecoids did not make it. Yep, I did. I just wasn't. I so want to film. Removing the two sesquipedales out of the hedge, because there was a big deal about me putting them into the hedge. I want to see what the root lengths are, and I didn't get around to that today. I was too busy messing around, playing Tetris with my orchids in here. So yeah, tomorrow, because you see, it's not a matter of me taking them inside for the night and then doing, bringing them out, and it's over. Once I take them out of that area, they're inside. I can't be threading roots into hedges anymore. It's got to be done. So tomorrow, that's what I'm going to be doing. And tonight they have a woolly blanket. Yeah, I think, maybe not. It would be nice, Michael. It would be nice if it is a nail biter. I think I'm going to have to put King somewhere so he doesn't keep bumping me. I don't need his nose anywhere near me. But yeah, I tell you, it's I know they've grown well. I know that they have grown their roots well, and that is super important for me. I find that at least they started to get their grow on. It took them a long time to start growing roots. I thought we wouldn't make it this year, but we did, and both of them are in spike. So we'll see what the night brings and the little blankie does. Sandy, I have a question.
Sure.
If I can find the picture at a moment's notice, let me see if I can find your picture. I've got a bit of a problem with storage in my system, so I don't keep many emails anymore. And it could be that the picture of your greenhouse and everything was deleted. Yeah, I don't have it anymore, but your magic is about to happen. Are you going to decorate it for Christmas next year?
I was thinking about doing it this year.
Yeah, well, of course. Of course, yes, why not? Even though it's not up and running, that would be cool. At least then you can see it. It'll be your constant reminder. It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay. And one day you're going to show me your beautiful tomato salad as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anybody else want to come up? No, no. Sandy, I'm going to call it a night. If there's nothing further, unless there's some more little goodies that you want to share with us.
I'm gonna send you that photo right now.
Oh, thank you. We're gonna see something spectacular. This is 25 years in the making and in the wish list for 25 years. Okay, Fernanda. We'll have ourselves a Sunday morning coffee chit chat one day. So coming up will be coffee chat and orchids as well in the form of a live. I'm going to throw everything at this concept because I really do want as many people to start to understand that this is not one voice talking. This is many voices, and especially those that are always in the comments. I want to hear you. Okay, I'm going to put my blankie away because we're about to see something that has been 25 years in the making, and it is about time too.
Yeah.
So I've got my email up, and I'll be waiting to see what you got. Sorry for deleting that.
No, it's okay. I just gotta get into my emails.
You guys, this picture that Sandy sent me, I'm kind of cross with myself now that I deleted it, but I can't keep holding on to all the images, and I did not store it either because it's private and it's embedded and imprinted in my head. I don't actually need it in my files, but it is so beautiful. If I had the chance to lean back in a chair, I would have leaned back. I didn't do that because I would have fallen over. So I do not have a very comfortable chair at my desk because if I get too comfy here, I try to spend much more time here. It's not really working out in my favor either, but anyway, it is such a spectacular picture. Sandy didn't want to send me anything because it wasn't finished. So I was thinking, a few, Is everybody still here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I just got a little warning signal, and I'm on max. My frame rate is fantastic, but I just saw a small wheel of death. So we're waiting for your picture. Sandy?
Hopefully it gets there right away.
No, I just wonder if
Are you there still?
Yes, I am. Thank you, Michael. There was a sudden thing here. Okay. Ping, here we go. That was really weird. but the lights are still on in my Boma. Sorry for all the background noises. That's everything going on now for me to get this picture, because you guys, be prepared to be amazed. And I don't say that in a
Alberta,
corny way.
Canada.
Let me get you like this and get you back. Oh, Fernanda, if you could just see how I'm flying over the screen like I know what I'm doing. Oh, can you guys see this? Can you see this?
There you go. Alberta, Canada.
Isn't this just the, oh, don't you just want to say yes? I don't know what Sandy has planned. I would say a beautiful little sitting area has to go in there. What do you think,
Oh,
Sandy?
yes. Yes.
Huh?
You
Tell us
betcha.
about what you're going to do in your space. Look at this thing with that beautiful birch forest in the back. I think it's birches.
Some is birch.
Okay. Well, you tell us what we're seeing here, please. Look at that.
Behind the greenhouse, there's birch, poplar, the spruce trees that are directly behind the greenhouse are too short. You probably
Okay.
won't see them for another 10 years. But I want to put some bird-bearing trees around it, like on each end of it. And inside we're going to have two raised beds, and then the rest will be basically my orchids and my Hoyas, and if I want to bring any of my house plants out for the summer, and growing tomatoes and repotting.
I am
a
so
potting
happy for you.
bench and a sitting area where you want to come and have cocktails, come and join me in the greenhouse.
That's right. A real live working space.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be such a happy place. Oh, I'm so happy for you. Eventually, there'll be a little chandelier.
Yeah.
So you're going to
My
put
kitty
your
cat, what's that?
Sorry, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
My cat, she loves it already.
There you go. So can you feel a temperature difference even now while it's not fully up and running, just because it's enclosed from the outside to the inside?
Yeah, a little bit.
Wow. And are you going to put all your lights and everything in there and just bring your blooming orchids in the house, or are you planning to just have them there over the winter, even under lights or no lights?
No, I won't be able to keep them out there through the winter. I still do go down below minus 0.
Okay, so you don't plan to have them out there for the winter?
Not right off the bat. I want to first. Okay. There's a bit of tweaking that needs to be done. My husband put glycol lines in the floor, so my floor will be heated.
Dream.
So if I can keep it above 0, well, you never know.
Yeah.
It's got to be.
I love heated floors.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. And that is what we're seeing then. The white is sort of a little bit of frost, and the floor heating, is that what's making the lower part of the frame like
I don't know
No,
what is doing that.
because the floor is already on.
No,
Okay. So that is just
no,
because it's keeping it warmer inside. So
I
the
guess
soil
so.
inside is warmer than outside, making it look like it's not like melting or something, but it's like
Hmm.
the cold. So you can see where your heat level is at the moment.
Yeah, I'm
That is
thinking that's
awesome.
probably it too.
That is awesome, Sandy. You can observe your greenhouse and how it's functioning without any extra fandangle. And then next year you have a comparison when that underfloor heating is on as to how high the heat will rise because hot air rises, right?
Yes.
At least that's what they told me in school.
Yeah. And outside it'll look a lot different once, like, we have deer wildlife that get into my garden, and those metal boxes that are sitting in front
Uh-huh.
are my actual garden boxes.
Uh-huh.
So I've got garlic growing in one entire box. I've got garlic growing in it,
Yum.
and and hubby's got to make me 3 more of those, and then I'm going to be putting a fence around the whole thing to keep
Yeah.
the deer out.
Yeah. They're pretty, but not when they're chomping on your veggies and your hard work.
That's right.
And I'm also looking at how it's constructed that you can raise the sides, yes?
No,
Okay.
no, no.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
Okay, I see. I thought there was like a line across the top, like across the
no.
bar here.
Those are PVC, or not PVC, poly carbonate panels.
Okay. Wow, that is some serious kit. Because I was thinking you've got like a double lined with the extra heavy duty plastic, double lined, and you were probably doing like an air where you blow air into the two layers to keep the heat in and the cold out. I don't know if I'm making sense, but there's a system,
Yes, yeah.
and I thought that's what I was
I
looking at.
would have went that way, but being we're so far north,
Okay,
or um, really not sustainable in this area.
right. And it also makes a lot of noise, so it's not as peaceful of an environment as it would be like
Hmm.
this. You are more in
Yeah,
one with nature when you don't have those little pumps blowing that air in consistently.
yeah,
Sandy, Sandy, Sandy. I can only imagine. Just hold on, okay? We have November, December, January, February, March, April. That's 5 months.
yeah.
If not
I can't
sooner.
wait.
If
Yeah,
not sooner, because a greenhouse can start, heating up nicely in February for you.
yeah. It would be nice.
Oh, Sandy, this is amazing. But now you can see it, okay? Not just in your mind. You can see it. You can physically touch it.
Yeah,
25
yeah.
years. For anybody that's still here on the live, this is 25 years of a wish. Can you imagine? Oh, so happy for you.
Thank you.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, look who's here. This is my daughter, Alexandra. She's also known as Bubba, as Sweetheart, Bubbalicious, all of those things. She's in the chat right now. I guess she's just finished
Oh,
work. Stay warm, stay safe, come home safe, drive safe. No chatting, no watching while you're driving. See you soon, please.
yes. Take care.
That's right. Not that I'm concerned about her as a driver, but it's the others.
Of
The others.
course. Of course.
Yeah, speaking of which, yeah, she was ambushed on her way out. She was ambushed, and wow, she jumped on that idea very quickly, and it was very accommodating. I thought that was so sweet. Very sweet. I really enjoyed editing that video.
Yes.
Okay.
She's a
Pole
beautiful young
Sara.
lady.
Yes, and you know what? She's not camera shy. Thank goodness.
That's good.
She makes up for everything that I am. She is not.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Sandy, anything else?
You
Because otherwise I will call it
no.
a night. Not because it's my curfew, but you know, I don't see any other I don't see that anybody else is jumping on here at the moment. And you know, tomorrow the live is going to be 2 hours later. So
Yeah.
you're very welcome if you can, if everything is okay, if you've got time, and you know, no pressure, no pressure.
Mm-hmm.
I just
You
want to
bet.
make sure that people see how easy it is to be up here, talk one-on-one. And I can have 6 in total on this plan that I've got right now, which is the free plan. And when
Oh,
you
that's
came
it.
up, it was easy, yeah?
Yes. Very easy.
Have you ever done anything like this before?
Yeah, once before.
Okay. Okay, but if anybody out there who's never done it before, would you say that, you know, XYZ, it's a little bit complicated, or was it pretty straightforward?
Oh, I find it really straightforward.
Good. Okay, because there's so many of these softwares on the market right now, and I really went through each and every one of them just to pick one that I could also. I don't need a messy screen. I don't like a messy screen, so I found this pretty straightforward, and I'm glad that the functionality of it is as well. Righty-ho. Well, in that case, I'm going to say thank you for coming up. Thank you to Andy Land if you're out there. Hope you made it home safe. Not home, but landed safely. Please don't feel that you can't come up again. Just know that, you know, these things happen. Thank you, Fernando, so much. I hope that you sleep well. I appreciate that you're here very much, and everybody else that joined in as well. So if you want to stay up, Sandy, you're welcome to do so. I can end the stream if you still want to have a little chit chat.
Mm-hmm. That's okay. We'll do it another time.
Okay, because I can do this in the background. Thank you, Michael, so much. Hand hearts. Let me see if I can find those really quickly. Let's see if I've got them. Do I even have them on this thing? Probably not. Can't see them. Okay, in that case, you get a fist pump. Comme ça. There we go. And I just highlighted a comment without even posting mine. Anyway, right. Anyway, yes, I was going to say, if this is what Fernanda and I did in the background, we didn't even go live, and we were talking one-on-one. So anytime we can always fire something up and have a good chat. Okay?
Sure.
Good night, everybody. Good night. Just a second.
Good night.
Are you going to hop off on your own?
Yeah, if I can.
Stay safe, everybody. On one condition, that you stay safe. Take care. Bye.